The hits just keep on coming for President Biden. A former Obama aide writing in the New York Times, people are pessimistic about their economic futures. Can you blame them? Wow. Jessica Anderson, president of the Sentinel Action Fund. Kevin Walling, former Biden surrogate. Welcome to both of you. Stephen Ratner wrote the piece in the New York Times. He shows up on MSNBC a lot. He is steeped in financial news and information, Kevin. And I just, on the face of it, would you expect him to have such a glaring headline?
Well, listen, Bill, I think, he is spot on when he says there is a disconnect, I think, between what people are feeling, what Americans are feeling, and the economic reality that we're seeing. Just this morning, you talked to Larry, we got 200,000 new jobs that beat all expectations heading into December. We saw 5.2% GDP growth, something that, Donald Trump could only dream about. But again, I think there is a disconnect in terms of what the American people are feeling with their own economic standing. And my message is to, those 200,000 Americans that are now gainfully employed, moms, dads, brothers, sisters, around the table for Hanukkah this week, Christmas in a few weeks. Think about that new job, those wages that are increasing, and give some credit to the president who's leading this economy.
Sorry, he wrote this before the numbers came out, however, just to be clear on that. Jessica, here's the quote. Even as inflation has receded from its 2002 peak in June, sentiment has hardly shifted. Many Americans appear to believe that it's not enough for costs to rise more slowly and that prices should fall toward prior levels. So he's either right for now, and Americans are right to be pessimistic, or the delay on the effect is not going to happen until 2024, and then everybody's going to feel better about it. I don't know. What side are you on?
Yeah, Bill, that's going to be too late for the election, right? And so two things on this. One, this is not the first Democrat leader to come out and offer concerns about the strength of Bidenomics, right? We saw this just with Biden's own White House leaks just 2 weeks ago, that they want to walk back from using the term Bidenomics because it's not actually working. The moms I talk to, other grassroots activists, voters across the country, they tell me that they are making their decisions based on the prices today, how much Christmas is going to cost, food for their family, wages they are bringing home, which brings to the second point, Bill. Look, all of this inflation talk is going to come head on with our debt. These are two things that directly impact the strength and the veracity of our economy. This is why Speaker Johnson's leadership to try to pull together a debt commission is so important. Voters are going to remember that. They're going to look to the House GOP to be leading on cutting spending, on cutting back our debt. And the failures of Bidenomics are going to be front of center all through this election season as we head to the polls next November.
All right, good.
There's no easy fix.
I got you. Kevin, we'll get back to you. Hit number 2 and number 3, guys. Biden approval number from CNN. At the end of November, they had him at 63% disapproval number, 37% approve. Here's another interesting number. What's your opinion on the economy? How do you think the economy is or will be? So now 71% believe it is poor. In 1 year, 61% believe it will be poor. So a bit better, but I don't know if that number is enough to move the meter, Kevin.
Well, Bill, we're certainly going to work on it in the next year. But listen, I think there's this idea that for so long, for months, across the different networks, we were talking about recession, we were talking about soft landing. And I think we had this collective psyche in America that the economy was in poor shape. This economy, like I said, is going gangbusters. Wages are now outpacing inflation. You just talked about that with Larry earlier in the program. So these are all great economic indicators. We're leading the industrialized world in terms of growth. And again, I think to Jessica's point, with the moms that she talks to and things like that, we've just got to bring that point home to the American people.
All right, Jessica, are they going to sell it?
They're not going to be able to sell it fast enough, Bill. It's less than a year to the election. People see just how bad prices are, that their own wages are less than that they made. The Trump tax cuts are expiring. Things are not looking good when it comes to Bidenomics heading into November.
Okay, well, Martha and I were just talking yesterday about how much we paid for Christmas trees this year.
That's right.
Well, that's in New York, Bill. Those are pretty expensive up there.
It's everywhere, Kevin. It's everywhere.
Well, the price of everything is up 20% since 2020.
You got to get a fake one like we do.
All right. I'll leave that to you.